Okay, so today I got a 4K slash Blu-ray haul for you guys. There is, well, actually, before I get into that, this is actually comprised of a lot of Blu-rays and 4Ks that, for whatever reason, I didn't show off in the last video. And once I uploaded the video, I realized, oh fuck, I had a whole other stack that I didn't show. So I guess I'm showing them now. That's once I had uploaded the video. So these are mostly new to you guys, but there's a couple in here as well that are new to me. So let's go ahead and jump into it. There's mostly horror in here. There's some action and some comedy, but it's mostly horror and comedy that I have in here. So start off with the first one, 1408. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about each Blu-ray, but yeah, 1408 is a PG-13 horror movie that's actually good. This has a 14A rating. That's Canadian. This is a Canadian copy, which I found it way down here in Tennessee. I don't know how it ended up down here, but maybe somebody ordered it and then sold it or something. I don't fucking know. Um, yeah, no, it's got John Cusack, and I like him and his sister a lot, and Samuel Jackson's in it too. Good PG-13 horror movie. I actually did a video about PG-13 horror movies, I think at least 2 years ago. Um, I don't really like a lot of PG-13 horror movies, but this one's pretty good. And Insidious is good, and I enjoyed the others, and I enjoyed what was that movie with Jennifer Connelly? Dark Water. Yeah. So there's a few good PG-13 horror movies, but this one I think is probably one of my favorite PG-13 horror films. But yeah. All right, we got Alien 3, which is one of my favorite Alien movies. I would rank the first four. I would rank Aliens, then Alien, then this one, and then Resurrection. Most people get mad when I say I like Aliens more than I like Alien. I fucking hate when it does that. Um, yeah, I always prefer to Aliens over Alien, but I think Aliens is one of the greatest action movies ever made, and then Alien is one of the greatest horror movies ever made. And this is just a decent sequel to Aliens. A lot of people don't like this one. This one has the uncut version as well, which is the only version of this movie I've seen. I've never seen the R-rated version, so maybe I'll get a chance to watch the R-rated version, which I don't really feel a need to because I've been told it's inferior to the uncut version, and I've only seen the uncut version, so maybe I'll just keep watching that one. This is Alien Resurrection, which this movie's not as bad as I remember it being. Um, this one is weird because I've only seen the R-rated version of this, and I've never seen the uncut version where Alien 3 was the opposite. Um, yeah, no, I don't think this is the worst Alien movie. I give that to Covenant. Covenant I just didn't enjoy, and Prometheus was okay. I might add Prometheus to my collection at some point. I don't know about Covenant. I guess if I wanted to marathon all the Alien movies, considering there's a new one coming out, but um, I guess I might add Covenant to my collection if I just want to fucking binge watch the whole series. But that's really the only reason I would. I don't really get a whole lot of enjoyment out of Covenant unless it's anything with Danny McBride. But yeah, no, I get more enjoyment out of this than I do Covenant or Prometheus. Got a 4K here. Batman Gotham by Gaslight. I think this is probably the best animated Batman movie of this stretch of animated Batman movies that we've had. Um, I definitely suggest if you're a fan of Batman adding this 4K because this 4K is actually a really good transfer, and I'm happy to own it on 4K. It's Batman pretty much versus Jack the Ripper. Um, it's you would think this is some kind of fan fiction, but it's not. It's legit, but it's good. It's really good, really really good. I like it a lot. All right, we got a horror classic. We got Carrie. I love this movie. There's a couple weird parts in this movie. The part where the boys they're renting their tuxedos out. They're trying on tuxedos, and then it just randomly speeds up. I don't know why the fuck that part does that. And Piper Laurie's acting is kind of over the top because I think she thought that they were making a dark comedy. She swore that they were making a dark comedy with this movie, but no, it was horror. But her performance was really unsettling too. This is definitely one of my favorite horror movies. I definitely prefer 70s horror over 80s horror, and I don't know why. I've just always been like that. Then we also have the remake of Carrie, which I enjoy. It doesn't differentiate too much from the original. It just kind of tells the same story, but for a modern audience, and it's okay. Chloe Grace Moretz is in it. I love Chloe Grace Moretz. Julianne Moore plays the mom, and for whatever reason, I had a crush on Julianne Moore for a long time. I don't know why, but this kind of put an end to that because, yeah, she just looked kind of grody in that movie. I think she was supposed to. It was definitely done by design, but not really much to say about it. It's the same story as the original, just for a modern audience. I'll have to answer that later. Alright, this is kind of a special movie for me because this is a movie that I saw in theaters, and it just reminded me of a time where I was going to the movies a lot, and I was just going out and seeing things. It's a comedy. Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart and The Rock. This is the unrated version too. I've not seen the unrated version, but this movie it has a special place in my heart. It's not great, but it is funny. This movie does have a lot of funny stuff in it. The Rock is usually good with comedy. I mean, if you watched him in wrestling and watched him cut a lot of his promos back in the day, he's The Rock is funny, and I don't find Kevin Hart funny when he's by himself. I don't find his stand-up funny, but when he's in movies with people that actually are funny, he could be okay. Um, I definitely enjoyed this movie when I saw it in theaters. I saw it with my dad in theaters. It was funny too because they couldn't get the screen to work, and then we all got free movie tickets, and then they finally got it to work right after the manager just started passing out free movie tickets. So we got to see the movie, and then we got free movie tickets to another movie, which I think I used that ticket to go see the Tarzan movie that was coming out at the time, which was okay. Um, yeah, no, this just reminded me of a time where I was going to the movies a lot. So that's why this movie kind of has a special place in my heart. Alright, we got the Death Wish remake. I actually enjoyed this. I know everybody shat on it when it came out. I really enjoyed it. There's a few people I know that also liked it too. I thought it was an awesome movie. I thought it was graphic, it was violent. I liked it more than I liked the original. And out of all the original Death Wish movies, the original is the only one that I thought was any good. This, I think, definitely is better than all the sequels. Um, like I said, I like this better than the original, and I do like the original a lot with Charles Brosnan, or Charles Bronson. I don't know. I was thinking of Pierce Brosnan. I don't know why the fuck I was, but no, this is actually an awesome remake. I don't care what anybody says. People are blowing up my phone. Classic comedy, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I don't really have a lot to say about it. Everybody knows this movie. Moving on. Classic movie. Got a 4K for nobody. I actually enjoyed this movie a lot. I said that in my video yesterday. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a modern movie that didn't have a bunch of fucking political messaging in it, and it was just fun action comedy. It was the same guys that did John Wick. The 4K transfer for this is fucking awesome too. I would definitely advise watching this on 4K. Um, Definitely a different role than what Bob Odenkirk is used to doing, but he did really well in this, and I don't hope we get a sequel, but if we do, I'll check it out. I kind of felt like it was kind of a good one and done kind of movie, but I've been hearing things about a sequel, and I'll check it out if they do make one. All right, we got a classic movie, No Country for Old Men. Classic. This is such a great movie. And everybody knows I'm a big fan of Josh Brolin, but Javier Bardem fucking steals the show. I don't know why I almost called him Javier Bardem steals the fucking show in this movie. He is probably the most chaotic villain I've ever seen in a film. And, I mean, that guy he's never bad in any movie. In the most recent Pirates of the Caribbean movie, which I thought was really bad, he was the only redeemable quality about that movie. He never gives a bad performance. I think Javier Bardem is one of the greatest actors ever. He normally plays a villain, but he's in a lot of good movies. Um, like I said, I'm a big Josh Brolin fan, but he kind of stole the show from Josh Brolin, and Tommy Lee Jones is in it too. Uh, he's good, but his character kind of feels useless, and I think that was definitely done by design. His character just didn't do a whole lot. Woody Harrelson's in it too. I definitely recommend watching this movie if you've never seen it. It's pretty damn good. All right, we got Michael Bay's Pain and Gain. I enjoyed it. It was all right. Um, it was for $2 fucking. I'm like, why not? Not really much to say about it. It's a Michael Bay movie, but the characters are actually pretty funny in it. It is based on real events and shit, but yeah, no, it's just what you would expect from a Michael Bay movie. Michael Bay movies for me are either hit or miss. A lot of his one-off movies I've enjoyed, and then I like the first Transformers, and then they kind of just went. The second one went downhill, and then it went back up with the third one, then it went back downhill with the fourth one, and then it went uphill again with the fifth one. So that's just kind of where I'm at with Michael Bay movies. They always look good. Like, I'm not gonna fucking deny that they always look good. But we got Prisoners, Jake Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman. Such an awesome thriller. There's a lot of symbolism in this movie that I honestly didn't pick up on the first time I watched it, and then when I finished the movie, I went and watched it again. I was like, okay, all the symbolism makes more sense because the first time I watched it, I liked it, but I was having trouble figuring out all the symbolic meanings for everything that was happening. Like when they come across the maze and the snakes and shit like that, I was trying to figure out what it all meant, and then I watched the film again, and then I started putting it all together in my head, and it made the movie so much better. Yeah. The last one we got is, The Town, the extended cut with Ben Affleck. This awesome fucking movie. Awesome movie. Rebecca Hall's in it, which Rebecca Hall is fucking hot in my opinion. She's very, very beautiful, and so is Blake Lively. Blake Lively's in it too. Um, Definitely watch this if you've never seen it. This is the extended cut, which I've not seen. I've only seen the R-rated cut. So yeah, looks like that is it for the haul today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.